Ash and JD, they're the host, talking real, they're not like most. Podcasting fun with a side of wit, get ready, cause you won't wanna quit. They bring the laughs, they bring the noise, sharing stories of their crazy joys. From deep discussions to silly tales, the Real Talking podcast never fails. Grab your headphones, get ready to groove. Ash and JD will make your mood improve. Banter that's witty and oh so sly. Their chemistry's electric, you can't deny.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to this week's episode of the Real Talking Podcast with your hosts Ash and JD. Now, we said we'd jump onto it last week, and we will not let Miles down again. I mean, we could have got it done last week, but we already rattled on for long enough. But we are going to come straight into the. I don't know why that's funny, but yeah. So we're going to get straight onto the alcohol tier lists. For the die-hard listeners that have been waiting over a week for this answer now, haven't they? So I did say we'd do the two lists because you can't just have an alcohol list of a mixture of the cocktails and generic alcohol. So we dipped it up, and we don't do top fives, do top threes here.
Easier.
Yeah,
less
prep work. So, do you want to get onto the cocktails or the other beverages first?
No, I think we should start on the other beverages, then go on the cocktails.
Right. So with the standard alcoholic drinks, then, no, you can't just say lager.
Yeah. No,
there's too many different brands of the lager. Because you can't say that it's your favourite when Foster's and Carling can be your favourite.
Yeah.
It's not anyone's. Well, Foster's can't be anyone's favourite. Piss water. I don't know why that was always branded as an Australian beer as well.
I don't know, but you used to drink that. You used to drink that all the time, though, when you were young.
You get into it, lager, that is, because it is soft.
I don't know why how that makes you get into it, though.
Well, it was cheap, though, that's why. Because
Oh,
it was the cheapest lager on tap back in the day when we were 16. So long ago now.
So long.
19 years, man.
Oh.
Long.
Yeah.
No, yeah, 19. Get out. Nearly messed up the back of my head then. I was going to say no, it's not. But yeah. So, yeah, it was just because it was cheap. And, it was just soft.
Do you remember how much it was a pint back then?
Well, I remember the blue WKDs used to be... No, they weren't. I was going to say £2, but they weren't. I think it was £1.80 a pint of Carling back then. So it might have been about $1.65 for a pint of Foster's then, maybe. Because it was when we used to do the mix of half lager and a blue WKD, that was about £3.
And
that was.
That just tastes like that tastes disgusting. That did.
It didn't, though.
No, it did.
No.
Do you remember that? So what did you used to call it? A Frosty Frog?
That was a Frosty Frog.
But you could also do the WKD, a Bacardi Breezer, and what was the orange one?
That was the Bacardi Breezer.
No. So Smirnoff Ice, sorry.
Yeah, so Bacardi Breezer was the orange one. Smirnoff Ice was the white one. And then a blue WKD.
Yeah,
as well.
all in one, and it turned into a green drink.
Yeah, and again, people would call that a Frosty Frog, but I didn't know of that Frosty Frog before we'd started doing our Frosty Frog. But I can't explain the taste. It was literally just a lager and a blue WKD, and it worked. And you're still not really much of a lager fan anyway, to have enjoyed it back then, definitely anyway. And then sometimes we'd add a green aftershock in it.
That's the one, yeah. I remember the shot thing.
That would be called an Incredible Hulk. And if there wasn't aftershock on the if we drank it all or whatever, then whatever shot would be put in, it would change the name to the Incredible Substitute.
Right.
There was another one that we used to make as well. I can't think what was in it, but it tasted. I called it Slera because it tasted like the Slera of ice lolls. The ice cream and the mango flavouring outside. I can't remember what that was now. It was beautiful though. Oh, I'm
There
gonna
might
have
have
to
to
ring
be
that, mate.
some like snaps onto that, like peach snaps, to get it that flavour. Because
really can't remember.
I can't think of some chopped shaft that would
Yeah, I really
give you
can't remember.
that
It
taste.
wasn't with the lager and the blue
Mm.
AD. It was a completely
Yeah,
different
yeah, yeah.
concoction that we used to do. But yeah, it was. It was just just tasted just like them. It's beautiful. Oh god, I miss being able to drink all what we used to. Well, I used to. Oh god, the good old days. Yeah, so we're not gonna lump
Mm,
all lagers as one generic one. We're
That's
gonna
it.
go brand specific here.
That's it.
So are we going 3, 2, 1?
Yeah, yeah, we could.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
save the best for last.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now lager, I do prefer lager in general. To it's an easy one to go to. I do still drink a good amount of Carling again, just because it's cheap and easy to get, but it's not in my top 3.
Mm.
So number 3 for me is a Beer Moretti. Now it's a nice stapled lager. It's not too rough. It's smooth enough, and it just tastes great. It's not too expensive as well. It doesn't break the bank. But yeah, that's my number 3. So
That is a good choice, mate.
yeah,
My number 3 is a Hornsby cider. Now, we was on about this just off the pod beforehand.
yeah.
I haven't seen it for a while, but it was the best tasting cider I've ever had.
Now, so I don't know if I've ever actually had one. I've definitely seen it recently, but was it a smooth cider or was it a bit harsh?
No,
Like
so-
the way Strongbow is.
So, because I haven't had it for a few years, but I do. Like sometimes I go to, "God, remember that cider I had, Hornsby cider?" And yeah, so the way I remember is, you remember if you used to have a cider now, like a recording, it's quite heavy, quite blowy.
Yeah,
It didn't have that effect, so it was quite smooth, but it didn't blow. Yeah, which I really like, because when you drink ciders after like 3,
Yeah.
it's just heavy then.
mm,
So it had a smooth taste to it, proper fruity as well. It was really nice. Hornsby cider. So if anyone sees it, pick me some up, basically. 'Cause I
Yeah.
haven't seen them for ages.
yeah. Hornsby cider. Yeah, if you see it on the shelf anywhere, if you can't pick it up because obviously they don't know where to drop it off to, his address will be in the description. No, but just send a link if it's on a website, or if you see it in the shops, just say what shop. And Ash will travel around the world to find some because he's desperate for one.
Actually, when I did go to America, because it's supposed to be an American cider, I did check there, but couldn't find nothing.
Maybe they went into liquidation or something.
Maybe, yeah.
Shame.
Got a fucking rhino on the label, man. Label, mate.
Like,
You know it's a label. You know it's a good drink there when you got a rhino on it.
yeah.
Proper animal that is, though. Isn't it?
Yeah, the real life unicorn.
Yeah.
'Cause, it's real, not me.
And it goes with the
mythical.
name as well, because you couldn't have like
It-
an animal without a horn for Hornsby.
yeah.
You know what I mean, you
You
couldn't have a
don't-
giraffe.
You don't want one of them.
Giraffe sick.
You don't want one of them fucking blowy things that makes a noise, do you? It's alright. I got cramp again. Oh god, I don't know why. It's the second time today I've had cramp as well.
Where are you
First thing in
getting
the
it?
morning, it's in the back of my leg. And
Yeah.
it's shooting down. It's not good. Don't worry, I'll power through it, people.
Power through, feel for Joe.
Yeah. Send £2 a month. So my number 2 then. Now it's a close call as well. This is to be number 1, and I did have to essentially flip a coin in my head, 2-sided coin, not one of the ones that's got heads on both sides. It did have a heads and tails, but as I say, it was in my head. So Desperado.
Right. Okay.
Now, obviously, ideally, you do have a bit of lime with it as well. Just, adds the little fruitiness to it, the little bit of citrusy goodness that you need. But I think it's just one of them that it's hard to beat. Really is hard to beat, but it's just class. Hot day.
It's a good
nice
summer's drink,
cold,
yeah.
Yeah, and let's say a bit of lime with it as well. It's spot on. Goes down a treat.
Yeah.
Now, again, it's one that you can't have too many of, but yeah, they do. Just hit the spot.
That's it. And my number 2 is exactly the same as yours.
Desperado again.
Desperado, yeah.
Oh,
Just for the exact reasons why you just mentioned.
It is so good though. Because I remember with the bottles, when we was running the pub years ago, you used to get 2 for a £5, and they just started doing the different colour ones. So there was the red
one,
ones,
and that was it. The green one.
Yeah, there was a
What was it?
Yeah, no, the red one was guava,
That's it.
and then there was another red one which was like fireball.
That's
or
the one.
something,
Yeah, yeah.
and then there was a green one. I don't know what the green flavour was. But yeah, they just started them ones, and so essentially, I went through all the red ones in the pub, and I don't know, I'd done half the fridge stock of the normal ones as well, and I was absolutely battered.
They are a good summer drink, and that.
Yeah.
They are. They really are.
Yeah, it's yeah, it really is tighter. But you know, I'm gonna bore a lot of people with this one. My number one is Guinness, and I know
I
you're
thought
not
it
gonna.
would. No, I thought it would be.
Yeah, you're not gonna agree with it. You're not there with the taste buds quite yet. Probably in about 15 years, you might enjoy one.
I sort of appreciate it.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
you might do. I'd imagine you'd have a dash of blackcurrant with it though.
You know, I remember one of the lads used to have blackcurrant in it back
Yeah, a
in
lot of
day,
people did.
and he
but-
was pretty nice with the blackcurrant. I must that I remember anyway, but not nice enough for me to have it.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it because we've had John again. It's just like an Irish thing, having a chaser of Jameson's whiskey with it as well. Now you either drink the whiskey as a shot separately, but most of the time you pour it into the Guinness,
Right.
and it does change the flavour a lot,
Yeah, I can imagine.
but it blows your head off. Then that is literally like 3 or 4 at most in a night.
Is it the equivalent of a lad bomb? Those
Yeah.
lad bombs are heavy.
Them lad bombs.
Those lad bombs, you can feel it, like start from the bottom and then shoot up past your head, and then it's if it comes back down. Then
Yeah,
If
yeah,
it
you
just
just
instantly the stare there.
yeah, it's the out of body experience with the lad bombs, weren't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the occasional graph bomb then as well. But yeah, Guinness, it's an all year round drink. It doesn't matter if it's summer or winter. You can drink it at any weather condition. Always nice, and there is a skill to pouring it. There's the technique. You got to wait like a minute 20.
You can't rush it.
No, and you can't until that head's settled. You cannot touch it. You can look at the glass. You can watch it bubbling away. You know the silky smoothness,
So
the
it's-
creaminess going through.
It's not ideal for a first drink on a Friday when you really want that beer because you have to wait for it.
Yeah, but that makes it.
Or is that why you get the chaser?
Yeah, you can do that. But so if you're dying for a drink, it's one of them ones you have to buy two on your
Right.
first round then because the first one always goes
Mm.
down a treat anyway, and you don't want to wait even longer for another one. So you buy two, and yeah, it does. It just helps build up the suspense for it because you're there, like you're watching it, and it's like, oh, it's nearly ready, it's nearly
teasing
ready,
you.
and then you just see the goldenness just all raised to the top. It's just that nice layer of thick cream, and you're like, yes, now it's time to get in my mouth. I'm still on about the Guinness. So, yeah, that's my number one then.
Right.
Nice
So
creamy Guinness.
my number one is a beer Morello. Really enjoy it. You know, I wasn't a big lager drinker.
No,
Went on the
it's-
Desperados and it really changed me. And then, yeah, just on there. I tried Peroni and a big fan of Peroni.
No,
I hate Madri. There's some Madri, if I have two, fine. Go to sleep though. Fucking headache.
yeah, because
Do
it's
you
not
find that
even.
with any?
It's not. Yeah, Madri's not even the strongest of lagers either, like, but it is. It's.
Look,
I mean,
if I have two, I wake up with a headache like I've been on it all night. I don't get it.
Yeah. See, I can feel like if I have a full night of not all lagers, but some lagers, just drinking that, then I'll feel it the next day a little bit, not too much. As long as I've had sleep, I'm usually all right.
Yeah.
So me 8 hours, I'm all right. But for some reason, Guinness, I literally can drink that all night and wake up sweet, like I haven't been on it all night at all.
I just find it a bit like weird how I can have like I don't know, say for a few more Desperados and wake up fine, but two Madris, fine in the moment, but wake up the next day. Fucking, I hate that as well. Where you go somewhere, like for me, because they don't have beer Morelli or they don't have Desperados, because not all of them do.
No.
And just like, oh, Madri or Peroni, ugh, shit. And I'm like a bit grumpy then, because like I had a Corona on draft when I went Haven.
Mm,
It's terrible, mate.
it is. See, now again, Corona in a bottle, it has to have the lime in it
Mm.
because, and then it's just about passable.
Yeah, yeah.
I really don't rate Corona anyway. But yeah, I can drink it with the lime. But yeah, on drafts, because again, you're not getting the lime with it then
No.
either, are you?
No, so
I
you have to
just-
put the. So I asked for like a dash of lime in it.
Mm,
Just fucking disgusting, mate.
nah, it's it's one of the worst things. Not just with drink, like food and that as well, but you're paying for something and it's just you
Yeah.
don't enjoy it. You know, I don't mind paying a high price for food or anything, but if it's not good quality, then it cracks me up.
Yeah.
So yeah, it really is annoying because I know that wasn't cheap, was it for you? Your
No,
pints
no.
of
So I
Corona?
think for pint of Corona and a cocktail, it was 15 quid. Haven, robbing bastards.
So essentially, if you just split it straight in half, you're looking at £7.50 for a
Yeah.
pint of a shit lager,
Any wash it.
and it's just it's
You
not
know,
nice, is it?
you know when you struggle to get it down, yeah.
Yeah.
But now, number one, being ready. They're just since I've been on this diet, every now and again on a Saturday, all the time, I have a
Mm.
cheeky being ready.
Just a cheeky one. Mm.
Goes down, mate.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
It is nice.
So glad it's the weekend.
Yeah.
Even though I'm working Sunday, but
Ooh.
it is what it is.
Mm.
So that is the general,
Yeah.
alcohol.
So we're
top
gonna
three
go to
for us.
cocktails now. So when you're a bit zesty on holiday,
Yeah,
and you want to
or
get
if
off,
it is hot summer's day, you don't need to be on
I,
holiday.
I only feel comfortable drinking cocktails on holiday. Otherwise, I think it's a bit zesty.
No, but sometimes you can walk into a pub or a bar and they've got the offers on, and you're like, you know what? Yeah, I'll
So
have a
wait
cocktail.
there. So you've gone from having a Guinness chaser, proper man, who savour it, to can I have a sex on the beach, please, mate.
Well, no, because it would normally be if I've walked in, then see that they've got the cocktail offer on. I'm like, yeah, go on, I'll have a cocktail to start off with. And then I'd move on to the man drinks afterwards.
You know what I hate about cocktails, though, especially in a bar, and we used to have it in Worcester. The people that make the cocktails love themselves.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Remember that? What was that place in Worcester? Was it Tramps? No, what was it called? The
Uh,
big one in Worcester. It might be called some house now.
I don't know.
It was a big. I think it was the biggest one in
The one which
Worcester.
had like 5 rooms.
Yeah, it had 5 rooms. I think over 3 floors.
Yeah, I can't
And
remember what it was called.
yeah, I want to say Tramps. It might be not, but like they used to have a cocktail bar room.
Because that was a small room.
Yeah,
as well,
yeah,
wasn't it?
and so that's where you'd have more list of cocktails. And we used to go there, and the two lads they used to fucking do it. Oh my fucking god! Or just fucking make the drink. Don't have to
Yeah,
fucking.
it's literally like they've watched the Tom Cruise film
Oh
Cocktail
my,
before,
literally, yeah.
and they're trying to get all the sexy moves going. It's like, mate,
Just make
you're in
me
a
a drink.
dark room, sweating like the rest of us.
Yeah.
Just
Just
shake
make
it
my
and put it
fucking
in.
drink. Overcharge me, yeah.
I don't need your bullshit. Less ice, more alcohol. That's all I want.
Do you remember the £7 champagne from there? It was fucking nice as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, because it was sort of like Lamborghini, weren't it?
Mate, it was fucking. I remember Leslie's birthday, and he was
Not
fucked
really,
off it.
but yeah.
Yeah.
No, I do.
He was absolutely fucked. I remember £7. He downed one. Fuck me. I remember having him on my back, like he's had his arms over my shoulders, and like walking with him up the stairs, like trying to
Yeah.
get his legs up with him. But
Because again, with that stuff, because it's all bubbles, and that's what gets you drunk
Yeah.
more. Because I've seen Leslie, like we've been out obviously enough times, but like keep up, and he's drank and drank. But that was probably one of the worst dates I'd ever seen.
yeah.
And to still be sober enough to see him like that before I'd got in that fight, you knew that it
Yeah.
actually got to him.
So yeah, so go on cocktails. We're gonna start from 3. Go
Yeah.
our way up.
Do it again, yeah.
Yeah. So what's your number 3, mate?
So, I mean, I'm not going to be because I haven't drank a load. The most cocktails I'd ever drank really was when we was in Cyprus because it was literally cheaper to get a cocktail than it was a can of pop.
Yeah. So the cocktail, yes, you are right
So
in
it
saying
was
that.
€2 for a cocktail or
And
$2.50
for
for a can of
yeah.
Coke.
So I remember in the morning we used to have a cocktail, or I used to get a bottle of Woodpecker man drink as
Yeah,
well.
I
By the
had
way,
my cup of tea with my breakfast while reading the paper.
this This, let me tell. So how old was we when we went to Cyprus? 18. It was
Uh,
18. It was early. It was definitely 18. Not it was no long. It was in our teens,
yeah, we was
mate.
like 18, 19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 18. You know. So we get up, being lads. You have your woodpecker for breakfast or your fucking cup of tea if you're an old man. And so we used to be in the pool for like halfway. JD used to get the paper. It was cup of tea in the shade. And like
Yeah,
really,
because I had to be in the shade
yeah,
because
well, like,
I didn't want to burn.
yeah, not yet. But we used to wind him up and kind of like flick water at him, and he used to like he must look over the paper, shake his head in disapproving, and put the paper back over his face.
Yeah, I was kind of in an old man period at that point as well. So reading the paper, it was almost a religious thing for me. I think, yeah, because the company that I was working for at the time, it was sort of like mandated breaks as well. So 10 o'clock, I'd have a break. Half
Yeah.
12, I'd have a break. So that was the thing. I'd read the paper.
Yeah,
So because it was habit, that yeah, I'd have my breakfast, my cup of tea, because I always like to start the day with a cup of tea anyway. So yeah, sit there, read the paper, and it's a typical British thing to get a British newspaper
but
and read
then it
about
used to
what's
be
going
like
on at
the
home.
days before. It used to be like it won. So if it was on a Wednesday, it won Wednesdays. It was Tuesdays.
No, I'm sure it was the right days for us.
See, I thought it was the day like
Yeah, it can't be a day ahead.
no, a
Otherwise we'd
day
all get
behind.
the
Yeah, the
lottery
future.
numbers.
No, I thought it was the day behind. I thought like on a Wednesday he was reading Tuesdays one.
No, I think it was just essentially because the time difference. That's all it was. But if it was Wednesday's paper,
Right.
what it was Wednesday for us, it was just because
Right, I could have
probably the
sworn.
time difference that you're thinking of.
Well, I
But
didn't read the paper, so
no, no.
yeah.
Um,
So
yeah. So
you used to read that paper.
no,
Just that disapproving look.
yeah, because like all I needed was half an hour just to have my breakfast and just have a quick nose through the paper. I just wanted to see what was going on with Dear Deirdre.
Yeah,
Quick look at
Deirdre.
page
I
three.
could never, those Deirdre, the agony art. I could never tell if that was real or not. Because
I,
who would write some of the stuff that got put in there?
I think the Dear Deirdre ones were. It
I
was
would,
the Daily Star ones, or no, the Daily Sport ones. They were the
yeah,
fake
them ones
ones.
would. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
just people saying.
My
"Piss, man."
stepsister was caught in the washing machine. I had to bum her. What do I
Ah,
do now?
yeah.
Stop lying. That's what you do. Stop doing it, Leslie. But yeah, no, I just needed that half an hour. We used are all taking a piss. But yeah, I remember we were sitting there at one point. I don't know if we was waiting for someone to come down or waiting for them to get ready or something, but we literally sat there and we had the whole cocktail menu in front of us. We was like, yeah, we'll try that one now.
Yeah, yeah.
And it pretty much was everyone.
Because there was those bars where you could have like €20 or you could drink cocktails.
Mm,
So you used to just like pay the €20. I don't know if that's still a thing anymore. Probably not with stars because everything costs money.
yeah.
And then for the whole hour, you can have as many cocktails as you want as long as you're on this certain list. But pretty much every cocktail you could
Yeah, it
think
was
of.
all the generic
Yeah,
ones.
and if you
Weren't
asked
it?
them to make some, I'm sure that they would have done it back
Yeah,
then.
if they knew what it was, then yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, my number 3 would just be the bog standard Sex on the Beach.
Mm.
Now, I know it's not the greatest, but it's an old reliable. And, in general, well, I'm sure people have, but I've never had a bad one. It's always tasted all right for me.
No, I get that.
And yeah, as I say, you can't really go wrong with it. It's just plain, simple, hits the spot. It's nice on a hot day.
And people abbreviate the name, don't they? 'Cause we was just saying off the pod how when I was in Haven, that was called Haven on the Beach.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
I'm
when
trying
you
to
were,
think of what the non-alcoholic one was called as well. That I
oh
last
yeah,
saw. Um,
Kiss on the Beach.
it
No.
might have just been
So,
X on the beach or
yeah.
something, but
But like
yeah,
when you go abroad to resort, they have like rather than sex on the beach, it's sex on whatever the resort's called.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, just yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, I can see why that would be number 3.
Mm,
My number 3, Blue Lagoon.
Blue Lagoon.
Just as you said, it's just one of those ones. Just don't miss. It just
Mm.
you can't really have a bad one, can you?
Especially when there's not much to put into it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what makes it so simple. Because some of them there's a lot of effort that go into them and they can, if they're not done right, they can get spoils.
Yeah.
So Yeah, it's like when we did used to mess around and try random ones, like Skittles, and there'd be Skittles in it. Like,
Yeah,
I don't need Skittles in there.
I don't know. I used to like the Skittle one. The Skittle. I remember the Skittle bombs, but that was more of a shop. But I know which one you. The fancy ones when you used to put the Skittles in. I used to like that one. I can't remember that was cool though. Actually, that was a
I
nice
thought
one.
it was just called Skittles, though. But yeah, some of them do try too hard on that, like, and you're getting all sorts of random stuff. Like, I don't need it. I just want alcohol. Right. So then my second one, it's gonna be Long Island iced tea.
Ooh. Mm.
Now again, I know that's not your cup of tea. It was my iced tea. And, again, it was just not because it doesn't taste like tea, but it was just a nice mix of the alcohol. And again, it was just a little bit of a bitter taste. Yeah, it was nice. It was
Yeah.
just yeah.
Yeah.
When was the last time you tried one though? To be fair?
A few years ago, I must admit.
Was you
it-
into your coffee at that point though?
Yes, and I still found that really disgusting.
So I would have thought now that you do drink, but
Now-
again, you don't really just drink plain coffee, though, do you?
No, no, I don't actually.
I would have thought if you drank plain cheap, instant coffee, then you probably would appreciate it a little bit more then. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's I say it's not everyone's cup of tea.
No.
But, yeah.
So my second one is a woo woo. Just another generic. Just can't go wrong with it.
And it's a fun one to say as well, isn't
Woo
it?
woo.
Woo woo.
Yeah. Woo woo. Yeah.
So I used to really like cheeky Wimtos, which
Cheeky
most
Vimto.
people would call a cheeky Bimto because it tasted like Vimto, but for copyright reasons, they had to call it Wimto. And that was basically just blue WKD and port, probably like a little bit of
Yeah,
lemonade
no,
or something in it
that
as
was a
well.
nice one, wasn't it? Actually.
Yeah. Yeah. So my number one is a tequila sunrise.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that, man.
Yeah.
So tequila sunrise. Let's have a look.
I know I've got the list of ingredients here as well. I've not read them out for any of them.
Oh no,
Apologies if you don't know.
I'm a big fan of tequila. I know I say that, but we have this. I like desperados, but
Yeah.
tequila at sunrise. Ooh, maybe not for me. Ooh,
Again, it's simple enough. It literally is. So grenadine, which is just a flavouring, tequila and orange juice, and yeah, mix it up with a bit of ice and all that jazz. And yeah, it's sound. It's just nice. It's simple.
yeah. I mean, I get it. Just you know what? It's when you go to like you're all inclusive and you get it, and sometimes they put too much tequila in it, and it just tastes like tequila. That's the thing I don't like about that.
Again, over here in the UK, we tend to have a cheaper tequila. So when it's a good quality tequila, then it is nice.
Yeah,
It's the same as like the sambucas and like cheaper whiskies and that. They taste horrible and they'll leave like the nasty burn. And that. But when you get a more expensive, a higher quality, then it's a sipping drink then.
You know what I love doing, and I know I've mentioned it before on this pod, is when you go away and you're in all inclusive. First beer, tip the geezer behind the bar.
Yeah.
$10 wherever you're at, or €10. Then he looks after you all night. Then you never have to wait. Fucking for 10 €10 to look after you all night. Fucking spot on.
Yeah.
Well, my number one, San Francisco cocktail. Now I don't see it as much anymore. I haven't asked for one for a while, but
Yeah.
going back to Cyprus is where it started. And yeah, pretty much if I do see it and come across it, I will have one, but not here, look abroad. Not zesty like that. Well, yeah.
I feel like we need to just, on a hot day,
Have
in
a
couple of
cocktail
weeks,
one.
just go and have a cocktail day.
I don't know, but like, can you imagine going the Hunter's Moon and having cocktails all day?
Well, not to the
No,
Hunter's
do you get what
Moon,
I'm
no.
saying? No, like, you have to go somewhere.
Yeah, we'll go
You
to an
get what I'm
actual
saying?
bar.
Yeah.
Well, and
Yeah.
do it during the day. So when the dickheads are out
Like
on the night
brunch.
time, we ain't got to worry about it.
Where, like, what, like a bottomless brunch ring?
Yeah.
Okay.
Only on the weekends, mate.
Yeah, so yeah, San Francisco for me, number one. If you haven't had it, give it a go.
Yeah. Then I used to like when we did have like the cocktail days away and all that, like just the random, because again it's all science and it with a traffic light, the way that
Yeah,
the
that
colours, you got your red, yellow, and
Yeah.
well, it's bluey green one on the top.
No, that one was really nice as well, actually.
It was nice, but you You had to spoil it. You had to mix it together to properly get the flavour.
Because otherwise, you would taste certain
Yeah,
like, sections
just,
at a time.
yeah, you just get orange juice, and then it just But when they can do stuff like that, just I say it's science. Just
science.
The way consistency can be different, and it just sits on top and underneath, and that's why I always like a baby Guinness as a shot. Because you're still getting that little cream looking like a mini pint.
And it's not a heavy shot, is it?
No.
I had those shots where you're Sambuca.
Sambucas are just
tequila.
Yeah.
Oh no! Think about it though. Think about it. If beer was a crowded now, and he was like, "Fucking, I've got an idea," gets you fucked, makes you do stupid shit. I don't think they'd be allowed to make it anymore. Do you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. But instantly, I just the same old bullshit come in my head that if it was invented now, and then the powers that be, Illuminati, governments, and all that, knew that they could make money on it, like what they do, then they'd be like, "Yeah, same, crack on, yeah."
Like
you
same
just
with
mentioned with the
cigarettes.
cigarettes, I'm surprised that they have. So it's not a full-on ban that's been incorporated, but anyone born after like a certain date. So essentially, if you're 16 now, when you are 18, you can't buy cigarettes. So when the law was, I think it was this year. So if you're 18 at the moment and you smoke, you can continue to smoke. But if you're 18 next year, you can't start smoking.
Well, so like they're gonna basically
So
phase out all smoking.
Yeah, the age limit will gradually get higher every year.
Right.
So if you're 18 and you're already smoking,
because you'll never be out. Yeah, when you're 16, you'll never hit that age.
Yeah. So next year you have to be 19 minimum to buy some, and then the year after it'll be 20, and so on until no one can smoke, unless you buy them off the dark web, the black market, or whatever.
Or just get your mate to buy them for you.
Yeah, because you've got a mate that's a year older than you.
Or you get your mum to buy them for you then. Or
Until she dies.
Yeah.
Then you can't smoke then. But I was surprised when they mentioned about the bans on vapes as well, because I thought that would have been one that would have thought, yeah, everyone's on the vapes now. We can just get loads of tax from them. But yeah, they're banning them as well. Well, disposables, I think it is. Which I don't get. Like, now, fair enough, I get it from the environmental side of it, because people literally, you can't walk 10 meters without seeing one chucked on the floor. So, recycling them properly and that, I get it on that side to ban them, but I'm surprised that they're just not putting a tax on them and that.
I can't stand people that vape while they're smoking like it's cool. Do you get what I'm saying? They've got the hand on the steering wheel.
Oh, driving, you mean?
Driving, yeah.
You just said vape while they're smoking.
Did I say vape? I said did I say that?
He says, I don't know why people vape while they smoke.
Sorry.
So I'm thinking someone's standing there with a cigarette in one hand and a vape in the other.
Sorry, I meant vape while they're driving.
Yeah. Just for a bit of context, he's had half a bottle of beer here.
Yeah.
Lagging.
No, so and it's always someone with like a half sportier car, like holding the steering wheel with one
Focus
hand.
ST.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And I've got a vape, and sometimes I say to Kat, got a vape, and I'll have a vape, like, you know what I mean? I'm just like, it's not cool.
You don't. But they're the lads that still rev their engines everywhere, and there's a tunnel which is 3 meters long. Yeah.
That 1.2 Corsa.
Yeah, little Renault Clio. But yeah, it's just surprising why they've not just says, yeah, you can still sell them all, just they're going to cost more now because we're putting the tax on it. So yeah, Rishi Sunak missed the treat on that one, didn't they? Fucking div. So I mean, we've kind of just touched on a little "Hey, what's wrong with you?" there. Anyway,
what's wrong?
I've not been prepared. I've not got the clip ready. I've got to do proper prep for this. Sorry, people. I know you appreciate our professionalism. But the "Hey, what's wrong with you?" segments. So I think that was your "Hey, what's wrong with you?" last week. People with the vapes.
Oh, was it? I'm repeating myself.
Yeah. So Lauren's give us one here. People driving too close behind me.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah.
I get this all the time. Look, again on the motorway. So I'm bloody driving as I'm supposed to, overtake someone, and then I get some dickhead get right behind me,
Yeah.
and I'll do that little move to the side a little bit so they can see past to see that I can't go any faster because there's another car or whatever in
Yeah.
front of me. So move back, and then they still don't. So I'll slow down then.
Yeah. No.
I'll speed match the car in the middle lane just to wind them
Mm.
up, and then when they do that move into the middle lane to try and undertake it, I'll put my foot down again there. And look, I've said it enough times. The van's not quick, but I'll make sure that it's quick enough to close that gap again. And you just see them shouting in the fucking mirror. And sometimes I'll do the windscreen wash as well,
Oh,
so I'll spray straight over and onto theirs.
But that is annoying. I hate looking in the rear view and it looks like they're in the back seat.
Yeah.
Like I fucking hate
Oh
that.
god, I had that. I think yesterday or the day before. So again, I'm in lane one. It's an old, well, no, it wasn't even that old. I think it was an 18 plate actually, but it looked battered because there was something hanging off, pretty much scraping the road as he was driving. So I'm in lane one, they're in lane four,
Right.
and literally I'm doing 70, and I've caught up with them. They're going that slow, and there was another van that was about to start overtaking me, and so because I'm technically undertaking, blacked out windows as well, so I couldn't see who was driving at first. But because I'm about to undertake, all I've seen is smoke come out from the back of the car, and they've put the foot down, so they've gone up to like 90. And then like 30 seconds later, I'm about to undertake them again. The other van has undertook them, and they did the same. Like, oh shit, you can't undertake me. Sped up and then slowed right down again. Then, as these junctions were merging, like they've ended up slowing right down because of cars like pulling straight in front of them. And so I've ended up undertaking again, and I'm laughing at this point. I'm visibly laughing because I'm looking, trying to look through the tinted glass, like the tinted windows, and they've started to undo the window, and I still couldn't see them. They were sitting that far back.
Fuck.
I'm
Yeah.
like, you've undone your window to try and give me grief, and I can't see you.
Yeah.
So what are you doing? And it was just constant back and forth. Now I'm not weaving in and out of traffic or anything. I'm just staying in the lanes, staying safe, keeping it real, and they are trying to do that. They're in like in between like 1, 2, and 3, and 4, trying to undertake me to get round, and they still only just about got off at the junction in front of me, and I still overtook him on the roundabout there because he was being a div, not paying attention. I think he was on his phone. I don't know, but yeah, there's just no need for it.
No.
Like, I don't know what was wrong with him.
No.
So yeah, we feel your pain there, Lauren. It's so frustrating. Just, I mean, we could go on with drivers in general all the way around, couldn't we? That was on an email. Let me get the hotline up. Real talking hotline 07470 488 096. Get your WhatsApps in. Not that one. That's not one of them. Well, it's all right. My phone's just froze.
No, but you know that is annoying when someone's right up your ass while you're driving.
There it is.
It's one of those pet things where it just fucks you off. You're just like, boy, there's just no need to be that close. Like, no
we're
matter
all
what.
on the road at the same time. Lorries are some of the worst for it.
Oh,
As
lorries,
well.
yeah, because they don't give a fuck. There,
Yeah, it's like just
so
because you can
high
see over me
Yeah.
doesn't mean that I'm going to be able to stop if
Mm.
they fucking break. Like, just there's no need. Fucking morons. So from Abs, her one is cyclists. They kill me. So, I mean, I've ranted enough about cyclists.
Yeah, I mean, I had one the other morning on the way. Went to the gym on the way to work. I go through like an industrial estate, and
Yeah.
this cyclist was literally just right in the middle, like of the road, one to the left to the pavement, and I'm like, fucking hell, just move out the way, like you're not doing nothing,
No.
just slowing me down. And then he did eventually move over, but I never get it. Like when I used to drive a bike, I was driving the pavement.
Yeah. So I used to be in the road all the time, but I'd always be hammering it. You know, I was putting pace into those legs and getting where I wanted to go, and I'd never be in the way. I'd always be hitting the little the little rain grills and all that, and you know, I wasn't in the way.
No.
But then I stopped being in the road all the time because a bus hit me.
Yeah.
Not like ran me over. It was just the mirror hit me on the back of the head, and I'll pass out for a second or something. But yeah, so but then I'd be on the pavement most of the time.
But it's worse in London because you do get a few bikes and they do weave in and out.
Yeah,
Wait, mate, have you ever been? You seen what it's like in Amsterdam? That's fucking wild. That is.
yeah.
It's fucking wild. But yeah, cyclists just what's
know.
wrong with you?
Well,
And who wants to cycle to work when it's raining or something going
I
in the
know.
winter? Fucking hell.
Well, I was walking the dog the other night, and this woman, she lives near me. I only found this out while seeing her cycling, but she's got no gear on. Well, she's wearing clothes, but she's got no cycling gear.
Yeah.
So there's no hard hat, like a helmet. She's got no high vis or anything on, no lights, no bell on her bike. And I've seen a cycle past me, and this car behind, because they're going around a bend, the car's like, I could see the driver like just pissed off because he couldn't overtake on this bend anyway because it's a blind corner, and she's dawdling.
Yeah.
Like she's not putting effort in. I'm sure she was wearing jeans anyway, but she weren't
Oh,
wearing.
jeans on a
Yeah,
bike.
she wasn't wearing any kind of cycling attire. Literally, it's like she's just walked out the pub or something. So I've shook my head in agreement with the driver, and then I've carried on walking, and she's come cycling past me again. And I've realised, right, she's just on a leisurely bike right now.
Yeah.
She's not going from A to B. She's out for fun. And the last time I saw her, so she's gone to turn. I'm about to cross the road, by the way. She's turned in front of me, didn't stick her arm out to say that I'm turning right. So her right,
Yeah.
my left. And I've had to stop the dog and say, whoa, hang on, mate. And she hasn't even looked at me. And all I wanted to say, now I didn't say nothing because people would be like, oh, you'd only done that because it's a woman. But this bitch needed to be told, to be fair. If you're in the road, well, you have to be in the road now because the laws have changed. You have to be wearing a helmet and you have to be visible. Now, wearing a bloody blue jumper isn't visible in the middle of the day. You need some sort of high vis. Now, I'm like a fucking yo-yo with this as well. Like I'm up and down on my opinions. So I want you to be visible, but I don't want one of these bloody, the proper flashing lights that they have on the front, and it's like you're at a rave. Like I always think, what if like you had epilepsy and that light from this cyclist triggers you? Like it's just stupid, and I'll probably do it one of the days. Like start like dropping to the floor and like doing like a fish Magikarp on the floor.
Carp.
Yeah, they're just annoying. I fucking hate cyclists. So abs, yeah, I feel your pain.
Yeah, nah.
I feel your pain, mate. I did think there was another one, but there isn't. I've obviously miscounted. So now we'll move on to a question from Joe. We've got. So I'll expand on it because it is a short one. If you're having a dinner party with any three people, who are you choosing? So there wasn't much context to it. I have seen other people be asked this question. It's like dead or alive or whatever. But we'll just keep it because they haven't specified anything like that. So three people, you're having
Top
like a
three.
little, just the top three. Obviously, they listen. They didn't want to give us a top five. We don't do top fives. But yeah, so people alive,
Right.
anyone. Who's your three people that you're going to choose for that then?
So for me, Ryan Reynolds is obviously on that list.
Oh, it's a good shout.
I think it's just you just know you're gonna have a good time then.
Yeah.
You know, Ryan Reynolds. You're gonna have a good night, as I said, mate.
Yeah.
He seems like a
Deadpool
nice
at the
guy.
table. Yeah, you're gonna have a good crack, ain't you?
And then the second one, Kanye West.
Oh yeah.
Just because the ego, just so you can start
and the
feeling yourself.
potential controversy. Like, is he going to say something about the Jews? Is he going to be racist?
Is he going to do is he just going to bust out like a little concert?
Yeah.
Because
is he going to get on with Ryan? You don't know if they're going to be friends.
They're going to, mate. That'd be fine.
You'd like to think they would, but you never know. He could say something like he doesn't like Deadpool, doesn't like Wrexham FC, and Ryan just switches on him then maybe. But that's two good shouts.
And the other one, Adam Sandler, because he just seems like a really nice guy as well. And that is a good night. That's a good night out, actually. I think that's a very good night out. I think that's a top three.
Yeah, it definitely is. Completely different from what I've got in mind.
Oh,
really.
okay.
Not that I've got anything wrong with yours. So I'd go with Keith Lemon,
Right.
So real name
Okay.
Lee Francis.
Yeah.
Old avid Marion, Bo
Mm.
Selector. I can't think of the program that he does now with Holly Willoughby
Yeah, I
and
can't.
Fern
Yeah.
Cotton.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, but yeah,
that's a
I think
good star.
yeah, I think because obviously he loves a beer. He's a funny person.
So you want that comedy aspect as well, don't you?
Yeah, you know that you're gonna have a good crack with him. And yeah, just in general, yeah, you know he's gonna be a good laugh. Third one, no, sorry, second one, Danny DeVito,
Okay.
because it's just out there, it's random, and if you are out and about, everyone's gonna be like, "Shit, that's Danny DeVito." He's gonna draw the attention, and you can just be left with the other two yourself. Then,
I reckon Danny DeVito's got some good stories.
and that's it as well, because all the great characters he's played, you know, he's the dad in Matilda, Penguin from Batman 1989 with Michael Keaton. You know, arguably one of the best Batman films before it went into the Dark Knight saga and all that, which was good. You know, Heath Ledger made that really. I don't know how I feel. I mean, you know, this is a conversation for another time actually about the Dark Knight films. And then number 3, it'd be Sir Alex Ferguson.
Yeah. No, that's a good one.
Just because
Yeah.
of the United story. Again, he likes to drink. He loves his wine. The only downside on that would be he'd probably want to talk about horses,
Yeah.
and I'm a bit too tall to like horses. 5'10", I know, mate. You know, I was 6 foot in 2 weeks. But yeah, random 3. Like you wouldn't expect to see them 3 in a room together. But yeah,
You know, when you put your 3 together, do you kind of think like of it as the whole so like how the 3 and you yourself would get on, or just from an individual point of view? See, for my one, I was just like, yeah, there's going to be a fucking top 9 in, and just I can see them all bouncing off each other.
yeah, I think so. With the way that night would be, like, because Keith Lemon would be starting off like all excited, wanting to get on it, have a good fucking drink and that, and then like the middle of the night, because all the attention's on Danny DeVito, it's like, yeah, come on then, what's your stories? Who's the best like person you've met on set and whatever, this and that? What's the favourite, like your best film you've recorded? How was Arnold Schwarzenegger? You know, has he got a massive dick? We all want to know this answer. And then at the end of the night, when you're trying to wind down, you know, like the 3 a.m. conversations.
Yeah, because you can imagine Keith Lemon's done, and he's past that.
Yeah, he's fucking sniffed off it or something. He's hanging out the back of Fern Cotton. Dan DeVito's walked off with, you know, a group of women because he's gonna pull, you know, he is. And so it's just me and Sir Alex Ferguson at the end of the night, and I'm just like, go on, why did you kick the boot at David Beckham's head then?
Yeah, was you aiming for it?
Yeah.
Or was he for Ryan Giggs but you missed?
Yeah, well, no, he wasn't aiming for him. Was it because you didn't like Victoria? Did Jerry Hallowell tell you, no, I don't want to suck your dick, I'm a lesbian? You know, it'd be a great 3 a.m. conversation when you turning back to sober, but you've still just got that, you know, 1 or 2 last little whiskies to have a sip with him. He'll be drinking his wine still. Yeah, I think that'd be a nice overall night, really.
Right now, it sounds like a good night, mate.
Yeah, and
That's where you want it. You kind of want that like massive star,
yeah,
that right balance, and just level out, and then just that as he comes down.
gradual decline is still good,
but
you know,
you're not. You're
not
too many beers in. You don't need that high.
yeah, you're not feeling that you have to still try and make too much of an effort. You're winding down. So yeah, thanks for that question, Joe.
And that's 2 top 3s, mate.
Yeah, no, 3 top 3s actually, because we did 2 lots of alcohol ones,
Technically,
cocktails,
yes. Yeah.
beverages, and then dinner party. Probably should have saved that for next week then. Yeah, maybe we come up with another 3 that we'd go for.
Yeah, maybe.
If we remember, we'll do that next week. So, question from Noah: what mystery or phenomenon would you love to solve / understand?
Oh,
so it is a bit of a thinker.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it would be, would this come underneath that banner aliens, extraterrestrials, would that come as underneath that?
So yeah, if there's a specific phenomenon of an alien,
Yeah, because obviously
thing,
these UAPs, UFOs,
yeah,
that I would like that. That's the thing I would like to solve.
yeah. So let's just say it was the Roswell incident. That like
Oh,
if you
mate.
could get into the nitty gritty, find out what the
Yeah.
actual, see the actual evidence for it
Like
and all
where
that.
those aliens actually was. Do us here. There's a
Yeah.
picture. Yeah.
So yeah,
They're still alive.
that's that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were probably always there. Yeah, but that is unsolved. Mine would be the Bermuda Triangle.
That's a strange one, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, again, could be alien orientated. We don't know, but I always thought this when I was a kid. Really, like if I was like minted, essentially like the submarine fucking weirdos. If I had the kind of money, then yeah, go explore it, see what's going on.
You don't hear much about stuff going like they seem like when you watch programs on it, it seems to have like happened a lot in the past, like every couple of years a major plane went missing or whatever. I know there was an incident with five.
The Malaysian aircrafts.
No, there was five US.
I thought you was on about recently.
like jets that was doing like training off the coast of like because it goes from Florida to Bermuda, and I can't remember the other island he bounces off to make the triangle. But anyway, they was doing training there, just a basic training, and they've never been seen again. All five of them.
Yeah.
So you don't really hear stuff like that anymore, like
No.
aircraft going missing in the area. But that'd be a good one. So
Yeah. Yeah, because again, there used to be like loads of documentaries and stuff.
Yeah,
about
all the
it,
time. Yeah,
but there hasn't been anything for
there
years.
used to be
Has
a
there?
good Channel 5 documentary being a triangle.
I feel like I'm gonna have to have a little deep dive into it over the weekend. I haven't done that for a long time. You know, when you just get lost in YouTube fucking videos and stuff like that.
Oh, not so much YouTube, but like a conspiracy, like the JFK one, like because there's a conspiracy and everything. But I love just when you get into it, like fucking hell, you want to solve it, don't you? So
that video,
yeah.
the one that I'd be going to. Now, we are going to get on to him. I know you are all waiting, but there was one last one, which will lead on to him anyway. There was another one. Obviously, I forgot. So Lee says, "Fair play to United, good game. I've got a what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Weeds in the garden. What's the point in them?" Now I know what he's saying here. Weeds. I hate them. They just come out of nowhere. Just
fucking annoying, man.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I spent a couple hours about a month ago now de-weeding the drive, and so I'd seen a TikTok video before I'd done the weeding anyway. So you get baking powder, sprinkle it down over your drive or the area that you're getting weeds, and then essentially the moisture in it, the weeds absorbs the moisture out of the baking soda and it kills them. And because you're not pulling the roots out, it leaves less room for new weeds to grow. Okay. So essentially, you're future proofing your drive or your garden or whatever. You can put it on grass, I think it said. Obviously, you've still got more of a surface area where weeds can come from. And to be fair, I didn't overload the drive, but it has mainly worked. There's a couple of spots where a few have started to creep up because the weather at the moment is prime for weeds as well.
The hot then the rain.
It's just loving it. So I know what you're saying, and that's my job tomorrow. If I can be asked, to be fair, I've got to de-weed the garden.
Fucking gardening in general is fucking shit though. I fucking hate it.
It is.
I don't even cut the grass.
I know you don't. I've been told all about that this morning, mate. But yeah, I mean, I do prefer to get someone to do these jobs for me, but I don't know. I've just been leaving it too late to try and get it done.
And also with the garden, you want to wait till it's a nice day. Like it can't be like a bit windy, a bit overcast. You want the sun's out to do it, to warrant you being outside to do it.
No, I prefer it if it's a bit overcast and that.
Oh, okay.
Because I can't be in the sun too long, can I? I'm fragile. Can't burn.
Whitey, I fucking me myself and Irish. Mate, have you watched that movie lately? I don't know. Oh, mate, watch it as an adult. No,
I have watched it as an adult,
but watch it now, like as a fucking 30-year-old man. It's fucking.
Yeah, it's probably been about 5 or 6 years since I last saw it because I remember there was a period on like Channel 4, it was on like every other week or
Yeah.
something. And so over the space of like a month, I'd ended up watching the whole film because I'd watch it
Yeah,
for like half an hour, then there'd be a break, and I'd flick onto something else then.
I love the bit where like he asks them to move. He goes in the barber shop and asks them to move the car, and he's like, then he rams the car through the shop, parks the car for it. I fucking love that.
He's done some bangers though, and
Yeah,
God. Yeah, I mean,
but a movie wouldn't like that wouldn't get made now.
oh, shit, that's a point. Sorry, I've just remembered there is another question actually.
Oh,
I can't remember who it was from. Apologies, I nearly missed one out. It's just a good job that we went on to that. Oh, it was Carl. What's the shittest movie that you love?
oh, I get okay.
So,
Right, let me have a little think on this. If you got one,
yeah, I think in general for me, it has to be the Power Rangers. So
yeah,
because it's a shit movie, but I love it because of the nostalgia
Yeah.
it feels.
Oh, that's a hard one because there is a few shit movies that I don't love watching. But you know what I think's a shit film, and I watch it. First Avengers movie.
What, you don't like it?
I don't like it,
Hmm.
but I will watch it. But when I look back now, I think this is such a shit movie.
So I was about to start doing the whole saga again.
Yeah, I think I might. I tell you what's a fucking wank movie. The first Captain America movie.
It's not. It's definitely
No.
not one of the best ones anyway. But to watch them in order, you have to watch that first.
Yeah, me and Kai watched them all. I think during COVID
Mm.
in the right order. Not in terms of like time based, but like how the movies got released, so you can. Do you know what I mean?
So there's the release
there's-
order,
and
and
there's
then
a
there's
time,
the
yeah.
chronological order.
So it's in order of which the movies was released. And fuck me, there's some shit ones in there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
The
when you
4
look at
one, the 2 4, the Dark World, and the first one. The 4 Dark World's fucking terrible as well. But yeah, I'd say the first Avengers movie for me because like
that's going to hurt a lot of people. That
yeah, just because the first one it was all right, but it's just like left to be desired, so to speak.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I mean, it grieved me with Endgame because we had to wait so long for the second one to come out and that. Or
Yeah.
well, was it Endgame? Was that 2 part? What was the first
Infinity War.
Endgame? So Infinity War, having to wait so long for it, but I did love it though.
I've got another movie actually, Homebound.
Homebound.
Yeah, with the dogs and the cat, and they have to get home.
And it called Homeward Bound.
Homeward Bound, that's it, mate.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Because again, didn't they make like 6 of them?
Oh, I don't know. I remember watching 3. I watched 3 in a row one night. But was it Homeward Bound?
Yeah, I'm sure it's called Homeward Bound.
Yeah, there you go. It's
So-
that shit. I don't. But when it's on, I fucking watch it.
I think it's just because dog movies, ain't it? Like just animals.
Yeah.
Uh,
Fucking. Yeah, proper movie that is.
yeah, no.
1993. Yeah, you got the 2 dogs and the cat.
Yeah, I
Fucking.
wouldn't go out my way to watch that.
That is a proper movie that you love.
Like one that is like a cult classic to people, but I've never liked. Bloody Baby's Day Out.
Yeah, I know. No, I get that.
I don't know why so many
Mum
people
and Dad
love
used
that.
to. And Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, and look who's talking.
Oh,
Dead.
yeah, shit
Just
films. Yeah.
dead. Like, there was no need for them films. But people loved them. Just cult classics for some people. Not my cup of tea. Not my Long Island cup of tea. Right, so yeah, that was the last of the WhatsApps. Links are always in the descriptions for emails, hotline number, and everything. But yeah, last but not least, we have got James.
You know what? With James, he's consistent now.
He is.
He's a good
He
lad
loves
for
it.
that.
He loves it. He's not a proper scouse. He's a wall, but he loves it. And I feel like he's just admitted defeat here because he literally just says, I can feel his pain as he's talking.
Yeah, he didn't want to. He didn't want to type it, but he knew if he didn't, he'd get more grief.
Yeah, so he's literally just said, "Go on then, tell us all about how United dominated, blah 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 blah." And I don't need to, mate. Obviously,
I love how we don't mince his words as well because last week's one he comes out with the joke, but nah, he's
we didn't dominate the game really. We did well to stop City from playing their usual dominating game. They sort of locked down the midfield a bit better than usual, defended well, but it helped having our two best defenders fit and available.
Yeah.
And that's what it came down to with the majority of the game, was having a fit enough squad to be able to play.
Because they both played really well, didn't they?
Yeah.
I know they didn't. Did Fran play the full game as well?
Varane played the full game. Martinez got a bit of cramp, so he came off. Johnny Evans and Lindelof came on towards the end. Garnacho had a great game. Kobe Mainu, fantastic. Bruno played great in the false nine position. They're all given a job and they did it. When Doku came on, obviously it got a bit more interesting for Man City as well. But Wan-Bissaka, that's what he's there for. He just likes to pocket all these big players. He got not done, but got past him a couple of times.
Yeah, but he dealt with him a few times.
In general, he did his job.
Isn't it weird with Wan-Bissaka, because most defenders are good going forward now, but not good defending as well. He's more better at defending than he's going forward.
I still feel sorry for Wan-Bissaka though, because the amount of times I see him, he's making the run as the modern fullback does these days, and they don't pass to him. And I feel like because of that, when he does have the ball in a position like to create a chance, put the ball in the box or something, he's nervous. He's what do I do? Because a few times he has done it, and it's been a banging cross and there's been a goal. So I think it's a lot of a confidence thing for him on that sense.
I think he just needs to be coached, doesn't he, in that aspect?
I think a lot of the players still need a good coach behind them. There's reports of a few of the coaching staff leaving, like Ben McCarthy, who's a striking coach, because they're not going to get offered a new contract and whatever. But we need a good overhaul on the background staff. As of the moment, I've not watched any of the news today, but we're still waiting on a final decision whether Ten Hag is going to get sacked or not, which is ridiculous. I think it's unfair if they do sack him. But yeah, as I was saying last week, I'm not holding any faith in Ineos. I want to see what happens in the summer, and then I'll take it from there with my judgment.
I've got a question. What do you think? Because I've seen reports that Mason Greenwood might be moving to Dortmund with some other clubs in mind, but Dortmund's a strong one.
So I've not seen the link of Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah. So apparently Borussia Dortmund are interested in him because they can't afford Sancho or his wages, and he's a cheaper alternative. So Man U are thinking about triggering his extension so he doesn't basically, so there isn't a half price sale on him.
Well, allegedly they've already
triggered it.
Allegedly, it's not been officially announced.
Because I wouldn't surprise if they wouldn't, just so they don't get him at a cut price. So leave him for free next year.
Yeah, because again, I saw the links the other day of a swap deal for him and João Felix from Atletico Madrid.
Well,
again, I think he struggled at Chelsea on that season-long loan, but United need. I say we need a striker. We need someone that can put the ball in the back of the net, but without the right players in midfield to pass the ball and the right players on the wing to pass the ball, it's pointless who's up front. It doesn't matter who it is. They're not getting the service. They're not going to score the goals.
Because I was thinking this: if they sell Rashford, obviously he plays in that position. Is there a way back for him? That's what I was trying to get at. Because I'm interested to see how this one plays out more than anything, because they could save themselves a lot of money.
Yeah, well, my thoughts on Mason Greenwood anyway. If you want to hear them yourselves, you'll have to go way back on the podcast to listen to that. I'd love to see him back in United top anyway.
Because he never got charged. That's the thing. He did get charged but he didn't go to court. So the charges
charges were dropped. So he wasn't proven guilty. So essentially, he's an innocent man. He didn't do anything wrong technically because he hasn't been charged of anything. He hasn't been convicted of anything.
Obviously, you're guilty until you're innocent until proven guilty. But obviously, in this case, it just seemed like he's guilty and he's trying to prove his innocence. But so I just find that a weird one. How Dortmund have him. I even read that Juventus want him and Atletico Madrid. So you've got Germany, Italy, and the Spanish team that were like, yeah, we'll have him. But
that's because those countries, it's still acceptable to slap your missus.
Yeah.
No, it's different cultures. It's different ways of life with those people, and they again because he wasn't proven guilty, they don't care. It's not their like hometown or anything, like home country, so they ain't bothered. They're just wanting a good talent because he is.
Because he had a good season. I think it was 10 goals he scored throughout the season.
Yeah, good few assists as well.
Yeah, and I was interested to see if he would have got picked for England.
Well, because he did get picked, didn't he? But then him and Foden were out fucking around, having a few drinks, and got some girls back to the
in
hotel.
Iceland.
Yeah, and Greenwood gets his slap on the wrist, but Foden doesn't. He's still Gareth Southgate's little bum boy, So yeah, his cards were always marked. I think he could have just sneezed wrong and he would have got kicked out of the squad. To be fair,
yeah, I'm just interested to see if a new manager comes in, what happens with that actually.
So are you on about Jadon Sancho when it comes to Dortmund though?
No. So Dortmund have inquired about Greenwood because what they're saying is Sancho's on so much money, you'd have to take so much of a pay cut and cost more money than Greenwood.
So I know that United want around 50 to 55 for Sancho, and wherever he goes, he will have to take a pay cut, definitely.
Yeah.
But that's down to him then. Is he ambitious enough to still play football and have the pay cut? Otherwise, he's just going to come back to United and then sit on the bench again. Because if a new manager does come in, it's only a matter of time before the same things happen. He gets told off for coming in late and all that, and then he's going to get kicked out of the squad
and
again.
Just go to another team on loan and pick up his full wage.
So
I don't think no one comes in for Sancho. I think it's overall too much of a package.
Yeah, I think
PSG is the only real option if they don't want Rashford, because they seem like they fancy Rashford more.
Yeah, I think if he goes anywhere, so let's just say that Dortmund did pay 50 million. I think United will have to give like 10, 15 million of that to him to compensate for his wage for a couple of years or something. Just to get him off the books, because we can't have all these toxic players in the dressing room still. Rashford not getting picked for England, that's the kick up the arse that he's needed. I don't know if you saw it yourself, but he put a tweet out. He's going to be off social media for a few weeks. He's going to go on holiday and blah 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 blah. So yeah, I've got a good feeling that next season, wherever he is, he's going to have a good season again.
Right.
Now, I don't mean like he's going to be banging 30, 40 goals, but he'll be more consistent. He'll put a bit more of an effort in, and he'll make him look more like the potential £80 million player that he is. If we was to sell him in this summer window, anything over 40 would be a bonus in my eyes. He's just not had a good enough season for it. I know there was a lot of people saying crocodile tears after the FA Cup win and all that. I think it was more of like a relief. Like, yeah, we've actually achieved something, and I can put this season behind me now. But yeah, there's too many players that need to go. So as I say, when it comes to Ineos this summer, at the end of the summer transfer window, then I can make a judgment on them. But I've not got high hopes at the moment.
Right.
But yeah, FA Cup winners. It was a great game. Yeah, just the emotional roller coaster, because again, it's the VAR. The first goal goes in, and I'm shouting. I'm like, yes. Then it's is he offside? So then you're thinking, they're going to call it offside, even though it didn't look offside.
No.
It looked close, but you could sort of see that he wasn't. But I'm thinking, they're going to start drawing these fucking purple lines now, and they're going to be on the skewy. Michael Oliver, he's going to be like, no, it's not a goal, he's offside. But it was given. Then there was the offside, which was offside. And then when the second goal goes in as well. And the amount of them that were like, Bruno's meant to shoot there. No, he didn't. You could see, like, I was actually, because I watched ITVs, because it was on ITV and BBC. And Ian Wright was like, saying, look, you can see Bruno, he's looked at him here, he's looked at him there. So about 5, 6 times he's looked to see where Maino is. So he has meant to pass to him. And just Maino, I've not seen him miss in front of goal. I've not seen him look like he's gonna miss. He's got it in his locker. He's a good. Well, the future's looking bright for United with the young players that we've got. And yeah, just the rest of the game I was waiting for. I was waiting for Man City to score, and obviously Doku's got it. Onana doing his usual, just fucking, wet hands, just letting it in. And I was on the edge of the seat then.
Yeah.
And then that 7 minutes, and because whoever was commentating through the game, he says like 3-4 minutes it's going to be on, and I'm like, nah, it's going to be like 6-7 minutes, and then it was come up 7 minutes. I'm like, oh, and yeah, I don't do it, but I was close to biting my nails and that, and I was waiting. It was a good feeling. I mean, when the second goal went in as well, I shouted that hard because you could. One of the few times these days with VAR that you know that it's a clear goal. There's no way that it can say it's offside or anything because I've watched the whole build up. And what a ball from Rashford to start off with. Pinged it over to Garnacho, switch sides, old fashioned football, like switch it. And yeah, and I shouted, and the dog was asleep, weren't he? And he's jumped up and he's ran across the room. So I've had to get up and give him a cuddle, like, it's all right, mate, it's all right, while I'm looking up at the TV, just beating my chest, quietly. They're like, ah. Yeah, it was a good day. Yeah, and yeah, it was only Arsenal really that didn't achieve much, which is a shame for them. But yeah, did you see? We are going to wrap up shortly. It is well over an hour now. But thanks for anyone that is still listening. Did you see any of the Man City open bus parade?
Yes, only certain follows, not too much. And I saw a TikTok video.
So
it weren't much of a parade.
No, it was empty streets. They had to. So because it was like many roads, they've had to usher them all together to actually get proper photos of a crowd of people. So because it was spread across, like, say, a mile, they've had to no, come on, move down here, move together, get closer. And it was so sad. At the live music bit afterwards and that, and they're just standing there, barely interacting. It's almost as if they were paid to stand there. Like they've just found anyone on the streets and gone, yeah, here's a Man City top and a tenner. Just stand there so we can take a picture, please.
I think it's because the fans think it's guaranteed now, isn't it? So it doesn't mean. I think it's lost that thing to them.
Yeah. Which I've seen a lot of people coming out of it now as well. Like, oh yeah, this is unacceptable, and it's like showing how many times Man City have won the league since their dominance of the oil money and all that. And then it's like, but this was acceptable, and it goes back, and it was like Man United dominating. But when you see the difference in the league winners, you got Blackburn in it, Arsenal winning it, and this and that, and it was all entertaining back then. Though it wasn't. Well, I mean, fair enough, we've had it this season where it was only won by 2 points, but the amount of them back then, when it was it was the last day, you had to win, or you have to win by a certain amount of goals to get a title and that. And it hasn't been like that for years, really, has it?
No, it just seems like it's always Man City's to lose, doesn't it?
Yeah.
No matter how far behind they are at certain points in the season, you just know they're going to kick on.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think we've gone on long enough now anyway. It's not a football podcast. Next week probably will be a bit more football related because we've got the Euros coming up. Yeah, so I feel like we did this last year as well, though. Football, did we do a favourite England team or something? Or we was probably going to, maybe. Because we used to...
No, I think we might have. We done No, I think we might... Oh, I don't know, actually, mate.
Was it our favourite England team or something? I can't remember. But it is going to be, I don't know, a small segment. We won't go on too long. There's no normal football to talk about. It is just going to be getting to the Euros. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to get a sticker album as well.
Ooh.
Just for the...
You have to complete, though, because you can't be an adult and not have that complete.
It's just the
worst thing as a kid. Yeah.
But yeah, I might get one. But it's not what's it anymore? It's Top Strumps now. It's not.
It's not fucking
It's not Panini no more.
It's not Panini.
Nah, they've been sacked. It's Tops now.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's still going to feel the same. I think I need to go into an old school newsagent, pick up a sticker book, just get the feel of it. Have a look on the inside because there used to be quality on the inside.
Yeah.
With the little facts here and there and that. So if it's still got that feel and look to it, then I think I'm going to get one.
I used to love the fucking Premier League one. And he had like, as you said, the club facts,
Yeah.
like what they've won. Then the shiny sticker used to be the best player, like the star player. Yeah, just do
But
it.
I know if I get one, I'm going to spend like £100 and still not be able to finish it.
Imagine if you're looking just for one person just to finish it.
It's always going to be though, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know,
Like a Ronaldo.
yeah, the old fucking R9 one you could never get. So, yeah, I don't know.
The thing is,
if
you get this Ronaldo, it's probably better off not putting him into a sticker album, you know, like Cristiano Ronaldo, because this might be his last competition, so it might be worth saving that one, mate.
I'd have to get a second one then, though.
Yeah,
I'd have to.
Let's save that one as well. Show him you've got it.
But then again, if you've got the whole album completed and you got that Cristiano Ronaldo in there, would it be worth more than that?
No.
Because it's the whole book.
It needs to be fresh, mate. Fresh. Put it into a Pokemon sleeve, into a hard Pokemon sleeve. Just fuck it in. Don't worry about that for 10 years, mate.
I'll say. Yeah. You're probably get a phone call tomorrow. I've got one. Got you one as well.
Don't do that. No.
Yeah, because you'd be like, I ain't got money for my Pokemon cards now.
Literally, because you'd have to complete it.
Yeah.
And you've only got like 2 months to complete it before the Premier League one comes out.
So I know what I ended up doing is literally just online shop, buy like 50 packs. And then, I'm £200 down and I'm still 60 stickers away.
But your sticker album's almost done,
Yeah, I know. But yeah, hopefully you've all enjoyed it. A bit of nostalgia at the end for any of your older listeners. And as always, links are in the description, hotline, email, Twitter, X gonna get you. Send them all in, keep the questions coming and all that. We always appreciate them. And we will see you on the next one. Keep it real. Peace.
Grab your headphones, get ready to groove. Ash and JD will make your mood improve. Banter that's witty, oh so sly. Their chemistry's electric, you can't deny. You can't deny. Can't deny.